according to the King James, it reads the firstborn of every creature. So, of all creation, Christ is the first.
Right, let's see here, where am I at? 15. He is image of, okay. Before Christ means by him all other things, by means of him all other things were created.
Well, obviously he didn't create himself.
All other things.
Yeah, but what is it? He didn't create himself.
They just add that. The word other is not there. They just added it.
But here's the thing. I mean,
that's not in the Greek. There's no other word in the Greek.
I haven't looked at that, but how does that change things? Did Christ create himself? He was created by his Father.
No, it says by means, because by means of him,
well, you saying he created himself.
Things were created.
Are you saying he created himself, son?
No, I'm saying it says
the previous verse says his Father created him.
It doesn't say his Father created him.
Well, it says he's the first of all creation.
It doesn't say that. It says he's the firstborn.
Of all creation, he's the first.
Of all creation.
He's the first.
Firstborn. That doesn't say created.
Well, if you're saying of all creation, if you're saying, all right, put all creation on the table right here, Christ is the firstborn, you're classifying him as creation.
That's not what it says there.
It's saying of all. If I say
so, if you read it the way you just said it, he says he's the firstborn of all creation. That means creation begot him. If it was the firstborn of God, it would say the firstborn of God.
Of all the things that were created, he's the first.
Right, and you know
what?
If
I mention
it doesn't say that he was created, though. It says that he's the firstborn of all creation, over all creation.
Classifying him as creation. See, if you use my word, I say Ron was the firstborn of all creation.
Right,
Ron was the lastborn of all creation.
Right, but the question is, what does firstborn mean?
If you said Ron was the best of all creation, that would mean I'm creation. I'm being put in that bracket,
right,
in that subset.
What does creation mean? What does firstborn mean?
It can have different meanings.
Right, but in the context of that passage, what does it mean?
He was the first.
Firstborn.
Of all creation.
God made him firstborn over all creation.
Well, he is over all creation, but of all creation, he's God's first. It was just Jehovah alone in heaven.
Right, but
he decided to create. He created his Son.
That's not rightfully interpreting Scripture for Scripture. Look at Isaiah 89. Psalm 89 calls David in verse 26 or somewhere in that passage, and he's going to make King David the firstborn. We know King David wasn't the firstborn. He was the eighth. He wasn't the firstborn, but God said he called him firstborn.
So you're saying he was the best?
He's preeminent over all.
So you're saying the best?
Preeminent.
So if you said Christ was of all creation,
he's not created. It doesn't say he was created. He just calls him preeminent.
Oh, we'll just say this. He is the image of the invisible God, the
preeminent,
the best of all creation.
It's not the best. Now you're using words that are not even there.
Well, does preeminent mean best?
No, it doesn't. Preeminent means to be over. Like when God's preeminent in my life, he rules.
I've looked at the Greek in that, and I've looked at the Greek in Colossians 1:15, and I believe you have monogenes there.
Monogenes.
Yeah, I could look it up again.
You're gonna have to look that one up again.
It cross references with John 1:18.
So, but look at Genesis.
Only begotten.
Look at Genesis 41. Since we're looking at the word firstborn. That's it. Just the word firstborn.
No, I want to look. I'm talking about the Greek here in 1:15. If you look it up.
Right, it's preeminent. It's preeminent.
I can go look it up right now, and it's not preeminent. I believe you have what's called monogenes, but I'd rather look at it than sit here and argue with you about it.
There's no argument. The scriptures are right. You're wrong. Look at Genesis 41.
Like I said, man, I'll be happy to look it up, but...
Well, you don't have to look it up. I'll read it to you. In Genesis 41 here, it says, 41:52.
What the Greek says, actually, on this, because...
Okay, let me read this to you. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh.
Hold on, I'm going to get the Greek for you on this.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Oh, I'm headed up there tonight.
No, I mean, where are you going? Like, what website?
I think Bible Hub is good.
You don't have a copy of Septuagint?
No. What do you think I am, God?
Septuagint?
I don't even know what the Septuagint is.
Never mind.
Is it a Greek translation?
Of the Old Testament.
Oh, really? Interesting. Let's see.
So you just randomly choose what website you go to?
No, I like to use Hub. And then get it. So wait, that's not what we wanted. We wanted to do that.
So what are you looking for right there?
Just give me a minute.
Prototokos.
Where? Oh, this? The Firstborn. So where do you see preeminent? I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. So that's what I was going to show you in Genesis here. Right here, look.
That's not what it's talking about. Oops.
Right here. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God said, He hath made me forget all my toil on my father's house. And the name of the second was called Ephraim.
Okay, let's think of John 1:18. He uses monogeny. He's the only begotten. What were you saying now?
It says here, Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh. The name of the second was... The name of the second was called Ephraim, for God hath caused me. So the firstborn is Manasseh.
Okay.
Firstborn is Ephraim, or secondborn is Ephraim.
Alright.
But then you look at Jeremiah, same. Right here. They shall come. Right here, like this.
What? 3.
Jeremiah 31:9. They shall come with weeping, and with supplication I will lead them. I will cause them to walk by the rivers of waters in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn.
Okay.
Do you believe there's two firstborns?
I don't know what you're getting at.
Is there one firstborn or two firstborns?
I mean, in what type of situation? I don't understand.
Well, if you're paying attention to what I'm saying, it looks like you're typing away here. In Genesis, it calls Manasseh the firstborn, Ephraim the second. Over here, it says Ephraim is the firstborn. How can there be two firstborns?
You tell me.
Well, in Hebrew chronology, firstborn is preeminence. And so when you go to Colossians 1, you have in mind what God wanted you to understand about Jesus. That He wasn't the first person created, that He was the firstborn over all creation. He's preeminent. He should be preeminent in our
Why
lives.
does John 1:18 refer to Him as the only begotten of God? Yeah, in keeping with that. Why does John 1:18 refer to Him as the only begotten?
Well, John 1:14 says that the Word became flesh. And
Well,
first,
is the only begotten. 1:18. I'm not talking about 14. I'm talking about 1:18.
yeah, but we're talking about prototokos here, firstborn.
But I'm saying It means that he was the first created, and I'm backing that up with 118.
No, you're twisting the scriptures because we haven't even left firstborn yet. We're talking about the Greek word
Well, fine, then you're
prototokos.
twisting because you went to Jeremiah 31, but I don't think you were.
No, because my final authority is the word of God. Your final authority is Kingdom Hall of Lost Translators. That you don't even have a name for a translator.
That's your only defense, man.
How's that a defense? How's that my only defense?
Why does John 1:18 refer to him as the only begotten?
Because he's the only one that came from God.
What does only begotten mean? Do you have any idea?
Oh, you tell me. What does only begotten mean?
Or what does the word begotten mean?
Right, but see, that's the thing, though. What you believe should line up with all Scripture, shouldn't it? It wouldn't contradict back and forth, would it?
Exactly. That's why we're looking at John 1. That's why we're looking at Colossians 1:15 and John 1:1.
Yeah, but you just ignore John 1:1 and then you ignore Colossians 1:15.
I'm addressing. I mean, John 1:1 is a completely different issue here. I'm trying to show you that list of translations right now.
Yeah, but look at
what, man? I'm trying to address that for you.
You're trying to address this for me. You got to address this for yourself. You don't even know. You can't tell me one translator.
I'm getting you a list of translations here if I can find it.
Yeah, tell me the website. I can look it up. Because you're not going to be able to print this, are you?
No, I gotta find this. Truthfully, it might take me a little bit.
Well, let me know. I'm going to go look for the Kingdom Interlinear Translation. You should find it for yourself, because when you make claims, you need to be able to quote it, not just say it's somewhere, somehow. I'm going to go see what they got. Print it if you find it.